we are going to read the Murli of 11th October 1975. Traveling with the inner vehicle, that is, with the form of an Avyakt angel. What is happening, especially nowadays in this old world? Nowadays, people are specially invoking all of you. So are you responding to the invocation of you? What do devotees desire? The devotees desire the goddesses to incarnate in the living form. They invoke the living goddesses through the non-living images. They want those images to become bestowers of blessings and grant them blessings in the living form. So when will that desire of the devotees be fulfilled? Devotion is also now visible in all directions with full force. Earlier, people used to call out to the Father a lot more, saying, "Oh God," but now, because the Father is incognito and the goddesses are visible, the majority of people worship goddesses. Shaktis become instruments to fulfill the desires of the devotees. And this is why the Shaktis are invoked a lot more. So now, sanskars of mercy should emerge within you Shaktis. Sanskars of mercy at present are not immersed in you all, they are merged. Just as the Father tours around in all directions, do you also tour around the devotees in all directions? Do you ever go on a tour? Are you not pulled to go when you hear the sound? Shaktis also have to play their parts with the Father. Just as there is the memorial of the Shaktis who used to tour with the inner vehicle, so too the Father also tours through the Avyakt form. To travel with the inner vehicle means to travel with the Avyakt form. So this is an important aspect in this Murli. To travel with the inner vehicle means to travel with the Avyakt form. You need to practice this, and you will then also experience it. Just as by means of science, with binoculars, you can see a distant scene very clearly, in the same way, with the eyes of remembrance and with the stage of your angelic form, you will experience a distant scene to be as close as though you're seeing it with your physical eyes. You will see it, that is, experience it very clearly. The main foundation of science is light. The splendor of science is on the basis of light. It has the power of light. In the same way, the foundation of the power of silence is divine insight. With this, you can have wonderful experiences of the power of silence. So a beautiful sentence here. Baba is saying, the foundation of the power of silence is divine insight. With this, you can have wonderful experiences of the power of silence. You will experience this too. Just as you're able to travel by physical means, so too, you should be able to experience a scene of any particular place at any time you want. It would not only be you having this experience, but wherever you reach, the people there would experience meeting you personally. This is the result of being an embodiment of success. In the world, only some souls receive these results. They are able to make their form appear in many places at the same time and give others this experience. Whereas that success is temporary, This success is based on knowledge. You will have many such experiences. As you progress further, there will, of course, be many new things happening. In the beginning, while sitting at home, many had visions of the form of Brahma, as though someone was actually speaking to them and signaling to them. In the same way, at the end, many will experience the army of Shaktis who are instruments. It is the thought of all the Maharathis that something new should happen now. So now you will continue to see such new wonders. However, for this there has to be great lightness. There should be no type of burden on your intellects. And secondly, your timetable for the whole day should be like that of the Father. Then, like Father Brahma, you'll be able to experience the scene at the end as he experienced in the beginning. Do you understand? What do the Maharathis have to do now? Not just have yoga, but also transform the form of service. Yoga or remembrance of you Maharathis should now not be just for yourselves, but for service too. Only then would you be called great donors, Mahadani, greatly enlightened, Mahagyani souls. Acha. What will be the sign of the closeness of time? When the sound from the entire gathering is unified and the challenge from all is the same, that of we are victorious. Victory is our birthright, and victory is the garland around our necks. This should be the practical experience. This would not be just for the sake of saying it, but there would be the intoxication of it, would be constantly visible. Can you see the signs of such victory? Acha. Om Shanti. So this was a beautiful Murli of 11th October 1975. So let's churn on this, reflect on this for some time, and then we can express ourselves and share our learnings. So we'll pause for 2 minutes. So if you have finished your reflections and thoughts, anyone would like to begin with their learning, or which point touched your heart the most?
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti, brother.
Yeah, so today Baba said the foundation of science is light, and the power is of light. Right, that's the foundation of science. That's what Baba says. In the same way, the power of silence is divine insight. That's what Baba says, divine insight. So with this power, we, that's divine insight power, we can experience many wonders. We can tour around the world, give the experience of meeting people, souls personally. And in fact, Baba said that, in the beginning, it used to happen when they started. Many people had the experience of meeting Brahma Baba or many others personally. And some of them came into knowledge through that. So similarly, the same thing should take place now through the Shaktis. So that we need the divine insight. Divine insight is nothing but we creating the thought and then touring around and then giving others the experience.
Yes, thank you, brother. Thank you for that nice sharing. It is clearly Baba's indication in this Murli that the main foundation of science is light, which you reiterated beautifully. And the foundation of the power of silence is divine insight. And then, of course, Baba shared all the glorifying ways on how you can experience a lot of things when you're in this Avyakt stage. Anyone else would like to share? So Girja sister has written in the chat box, I am an Avyakt angel, eyes of remembrance, stage angelic form. This is like a binoculars that I, the Shakti, hear calls of the Bhagats and appear before them. Yes, very nice.
Another beautiful word that Baba used here is eye of remembrance. Eye of remembrance. And I think that's also a beautiful word, eye of remembrance. And that too, Baba says it's nothing but the same divine insight, right? Eye of remembrance. Through that eye, we are seeing the world and giving them drishti. So if this whole thing has to take place during this Sankam Yuga, and if you calculate, the Sankam Yuga is of 100 years, and we have come across that in many Sakar Murlis, right? And it's already 87 years. So all this should be taking place right now, right?
Right.
Practically.
That may be true. Time will tell us about that. But sometimes, this is just my personal feeling here, that sometimes the time may not be exactly that, because it's an evolving decision. Even the gods are changing their decisions as time moves on, depending on the vibrations that are taking place all around. But yes, you're right, that if we go by the Sakar Murlis, then it appears like that. Anybody else? That's an interesting dimension you brought about, brother. Anyone else would like to share?
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti, brother.
Wonderful, Murli, and I would like to share this point, a very intoxication that sign of the closeness of time. So
Right.
when the closeness of time is approaching nearer and nearer, the sound of the entire gathering of the Brahmin souls is unified, and one thought comes that we are victorious. Victory is our birthright, and victory is the like a garland around our necks, like Vajanti Mala. And this becomes the practical experience. Here, Baba highlights that this should be the practical experience every moment, that I am a victorious soul. Vajanti Mala is the garland which is around my neck, and I am the jewel of the crown of Bab Dada. So that intoxication is practically experienced, and that is what is a sign of the closeness of time. Om Shanti.
Yeah, Om Shanti. Yeah, very nicely said. And the word Vajanti Mala is also very striking. And everyone together saying we are victorious, victory is our birthright. It is an intoxicating environment to have everybody on the same page with the same vibration and in a very elevated stage of their soul. So yes, it's a beautiful aspect. Thank you for sharing that.
And when the vibrations of all the souls becomes unified, then automatically that resonance happens, and which lifts the entire world collective energy altogether to elevated level. And that's how the Satyuga gets set up. That's the beginning of the you can say the Satyugi world, because majority of the souls have come reached that to that stage of Satopradhan house. So that becomes from that resonance effect, and
Right, right.
that's scientifically also that's a proven fact. When two frequencies they are unified, then the overall resultant frequency will be much higher. It will be a peak. So just imagine when 9 lakh souls are unified in this thought that I am victorious. I am an embodiment of victory. Victory is my birthright. Automatically, that 9 lakh, because of them, the entire world vibration changes. Om Shanti.
Yes. Thank you for sharing that. I just had a question for you, brother, since you mentioned the 9 lakhs will be saying this together. Would these 9 lakhs, in your view, be all those who are still on the earth, or those many of them who are already in the Avyakt stage?
These are the souls actually all together, whether they are on the earth or they are in the Avyakt stage. All together, Baba says that the 9 lakh ka har ka bhi gaya na, 9 lakh manke ka that garland, that har. So that basically is the you can say the selected souls, which because of their own purushas, not that they have, God has favored them or something. They are the ones who are like who will be ultimate in their purusharth. Every moment they will be experiencing the victory. Every moment they will not be in that warrior that either victim to बहुत low energy हो गया, but then they will also not be in that yuddha wala stage. They will be beyond this yuddha stage. They will be always embodiment of victory, and that becomes their natural nature. That the 9 lakh is are those. It's
Right.
immaterial whether they are awake or they're all together total souls, because soul is never created nor destroyed. It's always there,
Absolutely.
always there. Om Shanti.
In fact, based on what you're saying, therefore, I just wanted to share that. Therefore, when you do the meditations and remembrances, and especially when you do it collectively, it's a good idea, at least in my own practice, I try to do that I also try to connect to all the souls that are also of Avyakt stage, along with those who are on the earth,
Absolutely.
so that you're already unifying, because this reminded me from the para that you just mentioned, that we're all unified already.
Yes, yes.
And
And
so when we practice every day, it's a nice thing to, practice this unification, even in the meditation.
that's right. That's right. That's it. That's it. You just said that.
Yes.
Unified. Because
Yes,
I am not practicing for doing Purusharth alone. And
absolutely.
for whom I am doing Purusharth? Purusharth for self and also service for others. Always Baba highlights the second part, service for others. It's just not the Purusharth for self, it is Purusharth for, by transforming self, I am also contributing to the world transformation because I am also representing a frequency.
Correct. Thank you so much, brother, for sharing. Who else would like to share?
Om
Yes.
Shanti, sister.
Om Shanti.
Okay. Yes, anyone, please go first. There were two people whose voices I heard
Om
together.
Shanti,
Sanjay
sister.
Bhai, please share. Sanjay Bhai, you may
Om,
please share.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti, brother Sanjay.
Just a brother talked about 9 lakh. Okay. Basically, what I feel, if you correlate with the bhakti system, in bhakti system, it is said those souls who have become Siddhi Swarupa. When you talk about that Shiv Shaktis, they are having nine forms. It is said Prathamam Sailaputri. Sailaputri means a form like mountain. These are all stages of meditation. Prathamam Sailaputri, Dvitiyam Brahmacharani, at Brahma Kumaris. Pratham Sailaputri, Dvitiyam Brahmacharani, Tritiyam Chandraghanteti, Kusmandeti Chatutkam. Pancham Skandamateti, Sashtam Katyaniti cha, Saptamam Kal Ratri, Mahagauricha Astamam, Nomam Siddhi Datri. Whosoever has attained that Siddhi Datri state, that's what always Dadi Janki used to say, that I don't do anything. I just think, sankalp karti hu. As Baba says, sankalp siddhi. Sankalp karti hu, and it happens. I am not doing anything. It is happening. That itself signifies that I am not doing it. Somebody else is doing it. Baba is karta. That realization that the karta is Baba. Baba is doing karta. In grammar also we says karta ne, karam ko, karan se. We are karan basically. So karan cannot become karta when the self-realization comes that I am karan, I am not karta, I am just a nimit. And that will lead to a state of siddhi swarupa. Those type of souls which become siddhi swarupa, they are the collection of that 9 lakh souls, which I wanted to add on. And other than that, today Baba wants us that, my dear child, you have to become like Brahma. As Brahma became, he was not Brahma from the starting. He was Dada Likraj. He did the Purusharth. And then when he did the Purusharth and reached to a certain level, then Baba called, you are Brahma. So we all have to become Master Brahma. Unless and until we become Master Brahma, then only Baba will use us. And for to become Master Brahma, Baba says today, you have to become your inner vehicle, that is, you have to become form of an Avyakt angel, what Brahma Baba has become. And we have to make our timetable like Brahma. Because our Purusharth is just as Brahma Baba did. So we have to just copy it. And what Brahma Baba did Purusharth for his self-transformation, that he became from Dada Likraj to Brahma. Similarly, we have to change ourselves. We have to do yoga. We have to do meditation. We have to do remembrance of Baba. We have to be in the state of remembrance, just not for our self-transformation, but also for the world transformation. And what also Baba says, that our seva becomes success when we become Master Brahma, that is when we become Yatharth Sarupa. And in that state, what will happen? This sound of victorious will come. The sound of intoxication will come. That's what Baba stated. And another thing which Baba talked about, that the foundation of science is light. Similarly, the foundation of silence is divine insight. Divine insight means it is also related to light, which we get from Baba, the light of knowledge, Gyan Prakash. And with that Gyan Prakash, our divine insight increases. And as the Gyan Prakash increases, so the darkness diminishes. And as the divine insight increases, we move inwards. Bahya Mukta se Anta Mukta ki yatra. And this yatra will lead us to a state of complete pavan, that is called pavan state. And we reach to a state that now we are eligible to move towards Satyuga. Om Shanti.
Thank you, brother. Very nice sharing. And in fact, when you mentioned those 9 forms of Mahagauri or Mahadurga Ma, whichever way you would like to call, actually those 9 forms are what we pray during Navaratri, right? All the different 9 aspects. And connecting it to the 9 lakh souls is a different perspective. So very interesting, and thank you for sharing.
Actually, basically, these are 9 states of meditation. This Navadurga is not basically the name of the deity. Basically, it is the name of the state of our meditation state. And the final state, that is called Siddhi Sarupa, what Baba always says, that Sankalp says Siddhi. That is the state of meditation to which in Bhakti they have given the name of the deity.
But you also said something which was interesting, that the second form of the goddess, which is the Brahmacharini,
right.
And you said the second form is what the BKs are right now.
Yes, Santi Swarupa, right?
Yes. Okay, that's nice to know. Different perspective.
Very, very interesting. These 9 forms Sanjay Bhai just said. Very interesting. And
So when I do on Zoom the universal meditation prayers, and whenever Navratri comes, we take each one of these forms and do the meditation. But I took them always as different elements and different variations of the same goddess. But I did not take it as what you mentioned today as a elevation of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as 9 being the highest. 9,
yeah,
of course, I took it as the highest.
Yes,
but I did not know that the 3, like for instance, a Mahagauri, that means you're putting it above the Brahmacharini.
Yes.
Or a Kalaratri, you're putting above, in the steps. So that's a different perspective for me and interesting to know. Anybody else would like to share?
Om Shanti, sister.
Yes, Sister Girja.
Wow. I really think the knowledge which each one of us have in our intellects, which we have carried down the ages from the copper ages and all, how Baba really screams it out. How Baba says, just put it all that, let it be there. I'll give you something very, very simple, very crystal clear. What you have learned, okay, you can use it to explain it to others. But mine, my dear child, is absolutely simple. How I'm taking it is like today, as I had also mentioned in the chat box, I like that one thing, eyes of remembrance. Eye is the most powerful kind of thing connecting not only to me internally, but also attracting the people from far away. So when I say that eyes of remembrance, how does it become powerful? How does Shakti become a form of attraction, or what was mentioned, the Siddhi Swarup and all? So that remembrance is just with none but one. I needn't take any forms or anything. If I just strip myself for all this, and I just wear one costume, one Baba, one this, one light, then I think my eyes of remembrance will be absolutely clear, crystal clear. Then what happens? I have a lightness. That's what when Baba says. 2 things which you need is lightness and timetable. So once I have this lightness will make my feet go above the ground. I'm not attracted to the earth over here. I just rise up. And as I rise up, I get the stage of an angelic form. So in today's Murli, when Baba was explaining these 2, and later he says, what you need for this in the Shakti form, lightness, no burden. So then it becomes absolutely, so simple. Now, coming to the closeness of time, which I had also asked in the chat box, the signals of closeness of time. Long time back, I had gone through this class of Ramesh Bhai, Samay Ki Pehchan. It is a beautiful one where he explains it's not just we souls getting ready. There has to be the need. The earth has to reach the Tamo Pradhan stage, absolutely Tamo Pradhan. It is still going on. It is not reached. There is little goodness here and there. So that Tamo Pradhan stage, when it comes, imagine each soul going through the pangs of pain, of physical body, of diseases, of relationships, everything breaks. That has still not come. So when that comes, every soul, they just come out like, waiting for the doctor to come and treat them or give them mukti. And at that moment, it's not that you're going to give them peace or give them this. They need mukti to allow the souls to really leave their souls and reach mukti. That alone these souls can give. I cannot give them jivan mukti. I can only give them, help them to create mukti. That was what Baba mentions about souls. I also just finally would like to say about that, what I have learned through the Murlis about this 9 lakh, Baba very nicely gives the classification to 108, 16,000, and then the subjects, well, each one we have our own role. And every Murli Baba asks, are you ready? Advance parties waiting. So there is already somebody over there up waiting with, whether it's elements, whether it's souls, they are already there. So this 9 lakh, even the way Baba classifies this, I'm not able to remember the Murli. Beautifully, he speaks about the readiness or how we are. So for me, the signals of closeness of time, it's a unified sound of the Bhagat devotees and me. Baba just doesn't want you and me. He wants all his children. So that is what I think to be a unified sound. When I have taken these desperate souls with me and I say, Baba, your children are ready. Can we open the gates? I am ready. So I think that is what, according to me, what I got from the Murli. Om Shanti.
Yes, thank you, sister. Very nicely explained. And especially those keywords of the eyes of remembrance. And also we have some nice chat messages from Usha sister, reminding us about Mahadani and Mahagyani souls are the Maharathis, whose remembrance is not just for themselves, but also for service. Yes, thank you, Usha-ben. And we also have again Sanjay Bhai saying light, lawful, loveful, insight, introspection, Gyan Swarup, Gyan Murt, Siddhi Swarup, honest, self-transformation, world transformation. So I think what Sanjay Bhai is trying to do is expand the light abbreviation with LIGHT. Thank you, Bhai, for doing that. And Vinod Bhai says, insights, we are energy, drama kalyankari hai. We are in the Sangam Yog, Trikal Darshi. Others are soul. Thank you, Vinod Bhai. Anyone else would like to add, share their practical experiences if they have of reaching this stage where, your inner vehicle is already in the form of an Avyakt angel. And like Baba said, have you experienced, being able to travel to other locations through that form? Have you been able to assess the images that come when you do such kind of a travel? Do you ever go on this tour, as Baba asked? So I thought I would also open the discussion now for this practical question, that have any of you actually gone on this tour? And would you like to share your experience?
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti, brother. Go
Uh,
ahead.
this Antarvahak Sharir, which Baba says in Murli, Antavahak Sharir, that is for the basically full of light, and there is no five element there. It's beyond five element, beyond the sound, beyond this corporeal sound. It's so I what I have basically seen is that in during my official assignments, I had to stay at a different location for 2.5 years away from family, and then used to when because obviously in the Lokik family miss my family. Then that time I used to practice this during meditation. I used to immerse them in my thoughts, the form, the akari form, and then I used to get connected to Baba and then speak to them, and they used to feel that yes, it's like they used to get the same experience that I am with them or they are with us, we are together. So that experience I have observed. I mean, that in this subtle form, we can communicate with each other and without any barriers, without any loss of communication. It is very effective communication. And another example is in my office, again in office life, when I was in office where I had some difficult relationship with my boss, and there was some very frequent misunderstandings. So I used to think why this misunderstanding is happening and all that. Then I used to during meditation I used to emerge that soul. I mean, by first bringing that picture of him and in front of me, and then used to talk to him. And then when I used to go to office and then meet him, then it used to be a different scenario altogether, and he used to support and cooperate. So these experiences I have seen, and that all happens in uh, this inner vehicle, which is full of energy, full of light, and Avyakt angel, and that's these two things, and there are more, but these two is very clearly I can recall. Uh, and of course, in Amrit Vela, when on globe all Brahmin souls are in Avyakt angel form, and with Bab Dada hand in hand, we serve all the souls. Again, that happens in the Avyakt form only. Om Shanti.
Yes, thank you for sharing those experiences, brother. That's very wonderful. Anyone else also has such experiences?
Yes, sister. I just want to share once what happened when Baba, in his Avyakt Vani, he mentioned how Avyakt Baba used to go around when he mentioned his daily routine and all, how he used to go. So I had a question with Baba. Baba, when I get up at 4:30 or I mean at 4 o'clock, so at that moment you are with me. And then somewhere else, it's not the same time. The time is different and all. And how do you go there to that place? Because everywhere they say you come, you tour around, you see the children. So what is your time schedule and all? Uh, I would like to know. That was one thing which I often used to ask Baba. Then that was the time when Sudesh Behan, because I used to speak to her a lot, she said he is not the one in an Avyakt form. The energy is something a thousandfold, a millionfold. It's not the energy which only comes to your place or to that place. At the same time, simultaneously, it's go. And that's what Baba mentions even today in the Murli. I can appear in the same form in many places at the same time. So when that thing, I remember what Sudesh Ben told me about this. Then I remember when I wanted to really know Jagdish Bhai, once I had a very good approach with him and I went to him so many years back. So he just said he also goes on a tour in the Avyakt world. So I found the best person for you to take a tour. I like you say today you have the Ola and all. I think my Ola should be Brahma Baba because he's the only one who can take me on the tour. So how do I go on to, whenever I want to go to any place, I say, okay, Brahma, I want to go there, come. And I book my Ola with him, and then I go there. I don't know whether it's visualization or thing, but I go to that place through that. I don't have any specific instances, because anywhere I wanted to go somewhere which I can't reach, where I'm trying to call that person, but he's not picking up the phone and all, I try to go by using this Ola car or this thing of Brahma Baba. It's just my personal thing.
Very nice, sister. And I loved your example of the Ola car. Very interesting example. Very nice. And I can also see some chats there in the chat box. Kalpesh Bhai has written, I'm Karan, Karavan Har. And again, Sanjay Bhai has written, Karta is Baba. We are Karan, that is used as instrument by Baba. So coming back to the sharing on the travel experience of going on a tour, I can see there are many more still listening. So maybe you want to share some of your own experiences as well, who have not yet expressed any example of their own.
Yes, sister. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti, Kalpesh Bhai. Go ahead.
Thank you, sister. Thank you for giving the opportunity to talk. And thanks, Baba. And that's miss, when I'm experiencing that kind of experience that whenever the thoughts came, I observe that I continuously miss Baba is with me. I'm visualizing miss always in my how about time my experience yani ki whenever miss Baba is with me, yani that thought I just imparted in myself. So whatever thoughts come, I just say that it is given by Baba. So that's where I am miss whatever thought, and I'm catching power. That's Baba told that you're catching power, and so I catch that power, and solution I get that. So this is the experience I'm getting, and I am creating the image also. Whatever thought I'm getting, so I just share. I want to share one of the just recently within 2 days I got that whatever we have power. We have power of love. The satya swasat means power we have. Pavitrata, Prem, Sukh, Shanti, Gnan, Shakti, Anand. And these are the we have to miss in every with the pure intention. Purity means pure intention. Pavitrata. What are miss? There is a clear intellect. This Baba is also told in this Murli that clear intellect. It's a purity. And with pure intention, purity in thoughts, everything. When we share this to all, so that become we are now lakahar. That's no like this that I want to share. And this is to miss. This is these 7 we have to share, not anything else. So where we share this, to sukh partner, anand to anand means anandi partner means not that anything else. So this is I got the message. So I want to share. I also have created image also. So thank you, ma'am. Thank you,
Thank you
sister.
so much, Kalpesh Bhai. That's so sweet. And coming from the bottom of your heart, I can experience that when you said Anand, Anand, I could feel that same vibration, which is great. And in fact, talking about that, many of you may have experienced that you've not met someone for very long, or you haven't heard from them for very long. And when you connect to Baba and you just send them this beautiful vibration through Baba's light, within some time, you'll either receive a phone call, or there would be a message, or there's suddenly the person appears in front of you. I've experienced this many times in my own life, and I think you may have also. Has anybody experienced this? Because this is actually something similar to what Baba is saying in this Murli. When you're using your inner state, your inner Avyakt form, you actually connect to the vibration of the other person. And that's how they start responding. So it's a different form of meditation in a very practical way.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti, brother.
I want to add to this. As is our sthiti, so will be the paristhiti. Paristhiti will not decide our sthiti. What that is happening when we are in body consciousness, that paristhiti decides our sthiti. But when we are soul conscious, that means when we are connected to Baba, we are powerful, then our sthiti decides the paristhiti. Okay. This is basically what I feel and what I've experienced in my life. Starting when I came to Baba, when I become Baba's child, what happened? In the one Murli, Baba said, "बच्चे मैं तुमसे हमेशा बातें करता हूँ, क्या तुम मेरी बातें सुनते हो?" On the same day, when I was in my office, one such a incident happened with me that I still remember. What happened? I was sitting at around 2 o'clock. There was no person in my office. All staff members were there. No customers were there. What happened? I started hearing some voice. "Hello, Sanjay. Hello." Somebody is taking my name. I am just moving here and just putting my head in different directions. Who is calling me? I called somebody. "Are you calling me?" "No, I'm not calling." So I thought I'm just hearing some voice. 2 or 3 times, then a very strong voice came. "Sanjay, sit out from his chair. Chair se utho. Utho." Again, I thought, what I am hearing, I'm getting I was getting a bit from where the voice is coming. Then again, "Utho." Then I just left my chair where I was sitting. On the top, there was a very big fan for about 25 kgs in olden days, which we had. Suddenly, that fan came out from the ceiling and just had a bang on the chair where I was sitting. And it was such a scene that all the chair became a rag, because that fan was in full speed and that revolved for about 5 to 10 minutes. Everybody was just wondering. I was also wondering. Then I said, who was talking with me? Who was taking my name? Then I suddenly got the line of Murli. Baba used to say, "My child, I communicate. But do you hear?" I still remember that voice. That was not a dream. It was a very live happening which happened with me. And still when I talk about this, hamare rongte khade ho jate hain. Then I talked to sister. Sister was also surprised, called me. That's what Baba does. When sometimes we become in that form, angelic form or point stage or bindu sthiti, you get the communication. And when you get that communication, this type of wonderful thing happens. Om Shanti.
Very nice sharing. Thank you, brother, for sharing your personal live experience. And I'm sure actually when people reflect in their own practical worldly life, you may even be missing these signals, like brother is rightly pointing.
Voice is not audible.
Now can you hear me? There was
Yes,
some.
not
There
audible.
was. Okay, so I was just sharing that these kind of experiences, if we pay attention, many of us may have experienced in very subtle ways also. in the form of the Avyakt angel of Baba. And anybody else would like to share any such experience?
Om Shanti, sister.
Yes, sister.
Very good morning. Very beautiful Murli and very beautiful churning also. I think after a long time I've been on, have been speaking. I also had a very nice experience. Baba used, I had a problem. Actually, I'm going out of station to meet my son, and Tuesday I'm leaving, right? So my mother is all alone, so I wanted someone to sleep with her. I didn't want to leave her alone like that, and I just told Baba, Baba, this is my problem. Early morning in Amrit Vela, I just told Baba, this is my problem. I want someone to sleep with my mother. So I just went off as the time passed. I just kept on calling one of the other. I looked for so many caretakers, so many servants, everything. And one lady, she said, definitely I'll go and sleep, she said. So every time I used to call her, she would tell the same thing. And all of a suddenly, she stopped answering my call. At least I must have put about 200 to 250 calls for her because I wanted to put 100% effort for this. Somehow I didn't want to leave my mother to sleep alone. Right? It did not materialize. So I was just thinking, what could be the reason? What could be the reason? Then suddenly a flash it struck. When I've surrendered everything to Baba, so why should I have so much of worry? Every day I've been listening, and again I've committed a blunder. So next moment I just turned those my thought. I said, Baba, now I'm not going to make any call to her. I'll leave. I'll put the burden on you. So I just told Baba in the evening. I just met with some other my old unknown cook. I just asked her, "This is my problem. Is it for you? Is it? Are you? Can you please help me out in solving it?" Immediately she replied me, "My mother and will come and sleep with you. Don't worry, Akka." So it was such a surrenderance is so much important without a doubtful nature. That is what I learned from this thing. And I just share this experience with my husband's friends also. How you get when you surrender yourself, you should not have a doubtful nature. Om Shanti.
Thank you, sister. Wonderful sharing. It's nice that people are opening up with their examples because I'm sure actually you may not even realize that each one of us is actually experiencing in different ways such beautiful messages of Baba and getting that experience and blessing in the form of the Avyakt stage. I personally, even when I was very young and, traveling alone, when I was trying to get my pilot license, I remember I used to go through the jungles, on a moped all alone and nobody with me. And I used to always remember my Lokik father's guidance that you should always be in remembrance of the Almighty and He'll be with you. So those fundamentals were strong. And I remember while driving, I used to visualize that God is with me. That time Baba in this form, I used to not call Baba, but for me it was always Almighty. And I used to actually visualize the saints, the angelic forms all around me, driving with me. I used to actually visualize that. And I used to just keep chanting in my mind and just safely, nothing ever happened. I went for years like this. And even when I went abroad and I used to stay alone and working 18 hours a day, coming late night and in the subways all alone, the only experience that I have is the presence of the Almighty with me, because I would connect. I would experience the joy of their presence in a very subtle way. And I would just say, they are with me, nothing to worry. Nothing to worry. God is with me. God is with me, And I would just visualize that. And that strength, I think, is what today, when I was reading this Murli, it reminded me of all those subtle experiences, which I did not reflect that well on them till I'm reading this Murli. And it just reminded me that actually all of us are experiencing this. And if we reflect on this after today's Murli throughout the day, how many times Baba has always been there for you? how many times he's appeared, how many times in subtle ways, in an Avyakt form, through a message, through a presence, through a visualization, through a meditation. He's always there. And that is the glory of this entire, divine families, unification, what we are talking about, and getting there to have that spiritual elevation. So that was my sharing. And
Oh,
if
Shanti,
anybody else, yes, sister, go ahead, sister Ramesh.
Baba has asked me to open my mouth
Yes,
today.
please go ahead. Please go ahead.
So one more, yesterday, as I was telling, I shared my experience with all my husband friends, and we were just having a group discussion like about the Adhyatmik and all. So they were just telling, oh God, I get up early in the morning, go to puja, and I just chant Vedas and all this thing and all. But still, they were telling, but still, how much we suffer, isn't it right? And all. It was just a discussion. And only during difficult times we get that bhakti and all. But how should we attain that bhakti always? How should we have that love always? So immediately, this thing strike Baba's. And I was listening to some of the lectures where, in something, in one of the example, one of the BK person had told. Um, how to connect yourself means like early morning, just put some of your good song. Like yesterday I heard that Tera Mera Pyar Amar, that song is there. So as soon as I put it, I imagine myself with Baba to in that form, whichever that scene is there. So tears started like literally rolling down from my eyes, and that love
Yes.
for Baba. Oh God, Tera Mera Pyar Amar. So beautiful song.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I just told them, see, whenever you feel like loving God, you just switch on to your favorite song, then connect yourself, reconnect. So
You're
that's what
absolutely right, sister. Therefore, music itself is a beautiful vibration.
exactly.
And if you can connect, therefore, most of the forms of connecting to Almighty, whichever faith you may belong to, are also many times connected to music. And the music actually is a beautiful vibration which allows that deep connection. And then the emotions just flow, So it's, I understand what you're saying, because I'm sure many of us have at some point or the other experienced that intoxication, that magical anand, just when we are, in that deep musical vibration where the connection is very different. So thank you for that sharing as well. And Rakhi sister, would you like to have a message or something, or should we move on to the meditation unless somebody still wants to share? We can
Yes,
again.
Om Shanti. Harper
Yes,
sister, we have a message for tomorrow, that is on Sunday.
yes, sister.
We have Tina Ben who shall be conducting the Murli class with Manthan on Murli dated 7th October 1975. And the title of the Murli is Bab Dada's meeting some main brothers and sisters. So we would like to go through this Murli, everyone, and we'll have better churning tomorrow. Om Shanti. You can continue with Harper sister.
Thank you, Ami Behan. And I'm also seeing Sister Radhamani saying she has many experiences, and Sanjay Bhai also saying Sang Ka Geet, sung in Sangam with Baba, and Om Bhai explaining angel in Atmik Abhyas, novelty, new and newness is the N. G is for gratitude to God, E is energy and enthusiasm, and L is limitless love. So nice and so inspirational, each one of you churning and all of us learning together in this beautiful, English Avyakt Murli class itself enhances the vibration. And I'm sure many of us are already in the Avyakt stage as we speak. So should I continue with the meditation now, sister?
Yes, please.
Okay. So just let's sit down calmly, relax, just connect to the inner light within you and observe the vibration around you, feeling the subtle energy all within. As we breathe in and breathe out, there's such a beautiful energy within us. And the light of Baba is actually reaching out and searching for us. Because the light reaches us when we reach out to him directly. You can see his light and you can see your own light. And it's so easy for the light in the center of your forehead to leave the body, to leave the earth far behind and move beyond all these physical dimensions. Move into the real Avyakt stage, a beautiful angelic stage where your soul is shining, twinkling like a little star, and experiencing the light of Baba all around. The light glowing, spreading all across the universe, and your own light merging with that light in the Avyakt stage, experiencing the unconditional love, the embrace of Baba, the embrace of the universal consciousness. As you can experience your own vibration now spreading its own light to every family member, to your friends, to your colleagues. You can see them receiving your vibration. You can experience them experiencing you with them. You can see in this entire universal conscious stage, all in the angelic form, all happy, loving, glowing with radiant energy, vibrating such peace, such love, such happiness, unifying the entire universe in such a beautiful environment of loving energy where we are all victorious. You can see all the angels around you and you yourself as a beautiful angel wearing the garlands of victory. So it's not just that I am a victorious soul, I am a pure divine soul, but it now moves to we are victorious souls. We are victorious. We are all part of the same source light. We are all together. We are all connected. We are all transforming the vibrations together, spreading healing light to everyone around us on the earth and all the realms which we are not even aware of. We are all together with Baba in this beautiful angelic world. And this message that Baba shares with us, that we can all use our inner vibrations in the Avyakt stage, use our inner vehicle, travel wherever we like, go to those who need our help, blessing everyone, go to those whom you may not even know, but you can sense their vibration is weak. And let's all travel around the globe in this beautiful meditation today, as we are the victorious souls. We are spreading the angelic light to everyone around us. And Baba is blessing all of us and all our ancestors and all the advanced parties and all the souls that are already in the soul stage and not in the physical form have all joined us now as we tour the world together as a large, happy family. We'll take a pause and visualize the scene in front of us. We are all in this beautiful Avyakt angelic form, traveling with our own inner vehicle, the light of our soul. The light is everywhere now. What a beautiful, magical world that we live in. And now Baba smiling at us. And as we return to our physical form, he reminds us to stay in this stage while we carry out our daily duties. Be the true Raj Yogis. Maintain the eyes of remembrance. Maintain the Avyakt stage throughout the day. Have a great, joyful day ahead. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Thank you, Harper sister. So let's wear the clock of angelic and be an angel to someone's life. Thank you, everyone, and see you tomorrow at 5 a.m. Till that time, have a wonderful day.
Om Shanti.
Thank you, sister.